right now there's 4 zones. So we're going to run from Mott's all the way down to New Post is the 4 zones that are set up. Out of those zones, it's roughly 15 miles of river. If you actually trace the river's edge and go there. So knowing that piece of it, the teams that we have is Stafford, King George, Spotsylvania, and Fredericksburg. So they're all regional, statewide deployable assets for Swiftwater. The simulated event that we gave them was, event came in, wiped out all the communication towers, and the local authorities are handling the local issues, but they're going to encounter things that they can't handle. So these specialty teams are being brought in as specialty teams to handle those target mission sets.
Get to work together with organizations. While we do pretty well at the granular level, at the task level and everything like that, it's a chance for us to put things together from King George, Stafford, Spotsylvania, Fredericksburg. We all come together, we all work together, and to be able to work in this region, it's like I told them this morning, it doesn't matter whether a water rescue occurs in the Rappahannock River or the Potomac River or Lake Anna or any of the ponds or streams or creeks or anything that we have. It's important that we be able to do that because we not only have water rescues in the summertime, but we can also have them anytime we have flooding concerns. And part of the scenario here is the water's been up, a lot of the infrastructure is damaged, so now we've got to be able to do those things where the people are self-sufficient for at least 36 hours. They're saying 72, but the exercise will only be 36 hours to be able to do those things and be able to commit to doing those rescues that need to be done. And some of these scenarios are going to be pretty challenging for the crews to be able to do that. So it's going to be interesting to see how they handle it and what they do and go from there. And then with any large scenario that you do like this, one of the things that you can learn best is everybody's input coming back after the fact, and then doing an after action review and finding out where those gaps are that we need to fill in and get things squared away so that the next time or on a real incident, we're that much farther ahead. And I think it's really going to be a great exercise for all 4 jurisdictions working together. Very happy with the planning team that's been putting this together for a year. And I think it's really important to do that, testing out some new technology that we have available to us. The drone team is available to us, some other things that we've got out here that support it. All those things, we didn't have available in past years. So now having that available to us, GPS and everything like that, really going to be helpful to help these teams as they go out and work their scenarios and accomplish these simulated rescues.
We're looking at how do we support the state, but also how do we support our region as well if this was to happen, because of the day-to-day calls, and this is what that's hopefully building. What we're working on right now is the 4 zones are set up. One of them's land-based. So one of them's land-based where they're doing some damage assessments and some of those things. They're doing some search and rescue evolutions, and the rest of them are water-based. Even though they're land-based, they may have to access the land downriver. So we may have them put in upriver, paddle down, and then get out, do damage assessments. So the damage assessments they're doing on the houses, they actually have laminated pictures of houses that are flooded. They actually have to track that in the software we use for search and rescue events, and we're tracking it in here. We'll be able to pull that up and track it as they start to enter the information in to see if they're using the systems the right way. All of the resources that are over there are self-sustainable for 72 hours. That's what they're prepared for, is to do that. So while they're here for the next 36-ish hours, they have to do everything with no amenities. No showers, no bathrooms, food, all those things. They have their own porta-johns, they have their own showers, their own decon shelters. They have everything with them, so they have to do everything on their own. Now, we'll support them if there's an event where they need it. But the big thing is that they're exercising their ability to operate in a disaster area is the big picture of it. So that's a very broad scope of what's happening.
So you have fire, EMS, law enforcement, the watershed officers out here covering the watershed, so all those things coming together, VDEM helping coordinate everything, Virginia Department of Emergency Management. So the things that we learn in this training session, we can incorporate statewide into some other events like responses that will occur in the future, like the past response they had in Southwest Virginia to Hurricane Helene. Yeah. So all those things build upon one another and just make us that much better at what we do and how we take care of the public.
Well, and we're really fortunate in this area. You do all work together so closely, and when a situation does arrive, boy, you know what to do.
Absolutely. None of the organizations have enough people to do it by themselves, so we've realized that everybody's got to work together. and we've got to work together, we've got to train together, we've got to do all those things that need to be done, and that'll make us much more successful. So regardless of who shows up or where they show up or what stage they show up in, we can seamlessly integrate them together and make it work in a positive manner for a good outcome.
Right, like you said, afterwards you'll be able to see what you can pat yourself on the back and then look at things and say this is what we need to work on. Exactly
what we do, and that's the valuable lessons, the things that we really do well and the things that we need to improve on, and we will get better at those.